And we're back. So, you over the past several years have received a lot of acknowledgments and a lot of awards. Can you remember any of those? And if so, can you just elaborate a little bit on, how you felt about being recognized in such a way?
Hey, I can remember the very first award I got. It was the Volunteer of the Year Award from President Bush.
Yeah.
That was the very first one. It was a little paper. And also, I remember when being hired by DPR, I think I was here like a year, and I received Employee of the Year for DPR, which was huge.
Yeah.
Here's a guy just getting into agency, and you got 300-400 people working in the agency that been here, and all of a sudden this newcomer come in and he getting Employee of the Year, and that was a huge celebration for me and my family, and also I know Mr. Wallace Purr, because he had a lot of naysayers, in the department, and he just went around each little rec center just, yeah, that's my man, that's my man, so he's one of my biggest supporters, also Mr. Miles was one of the summer lead over there in Bury Farm. He actually recognized me also with the Community Assist Award. And we had opened up Bury Farm new gym, and he had brought me over there and recognized me, because, he said, because Miles worked for Homeland Security, and he's in and out of Southwest a lot, players numbers up at the store, and he said, he just kept hearing these kids say South this, South that, South this. And he said he just had to recognize, this guy's doing great things in the community. Yeah. And so going over there, with the mayor, actually she actually gave me the award for the Community Assist Award. Also, I can remember getting the Dr. McKnight Award. Me, Miss Patricia Harris, and James Harris. We had a boxing program here at the rec center, and they came to me about the idea of doing a boxing match, and I said, yeah, the community loved it, and so it was so huge, and the sponsors they just loved it, because they were saying that they've been all over the city, and they haven't had the participants like they had at King Greenleaf, where it was like wall-to-wall people. They recognized Miss Patricia Harris for her involvement in the boxing community, and also James Harris for his involvement in the boxing community. And they recognized me as one of the community leaders. So my sister got a chance to go up there. She was a little nervous to speak on my behalf. But it was a great event. And this last one that I just received from the DC government, it was the CAFRS Awards. So you actually, in order for you to qualify for this award, you had to have 5 years of government service. So I can remember getting an email 4 years ago to apply for it. So I'm getting my paperwork all together, then I read the fine print. It's saying, well, you had to be 5 years with the DC government, but I only had a year. So I couldn't wait till my 5th year come along. So I wasn't quite, when they sent me the email again, I wasn't quite in my 5th, but when I read the fine print, I think it was in January, they told me, when I read the fine print, they said I was qualified. And so I submitted my paperwork, and I had my letters and things like that. And this actually Distinguished Government Employee Award, it's over 35,000 DC government employees. And this, the CAFRS Foundation recognized, the top 5 government employees who go above and beyond the call of duty. And I can remember writing, why should I be now? Why should I get this award? And I'm just writing down all the things, and I had to leave off a bunch of stuff that I've done in the community over the years that I've been here. And, not being cocky or anything, I said, I got this. And when I received the email, and they told me that I actually won the award, and I was only in my 5th year as a government employee, so people that, get these awards, get this award, a lot of them been in the government 15, 20, 30 years. So it was an honor, to be just coming on my 5th year, to be recognized by the CAFRS Foundation. And so that was one of the biggest awards that I received, because it was also a monetary award, which was a raise that I much desperately needed.
Right.
You know, because the work that I do, like I say, they couldn't pay me
That's right.
the amount of money that the work that I put in, because it's, then I wouldn't be doing it
Right.
from the heart. I'll be doing it just for a paycheck. And we know how, people do work for a
monetary
paycheck.
value.
Right.
Yeah, we know that.
So,
The community know that too.
Yes.
They can tell those people.
yeah. So, the Cadence Awards was a big one for me.
There's a gentleman, and I believe he's born and raised resident of Southwest too, that they call your deputy mayor. Some know him as Victor, some know him as Karan, some know him as Gambino, what about that guy? Because he, man, I heard him speak, about you. I've seen you guys involved. I see some of his effortless work with you, how influential has that guy been? Because I also heard you say Mr. Fitzgerald was very important to you, but I noticed, and we noticed how, the development of your relationship with our deputy mayor of Southwest, but how's that guy been?
I can't say enough, about him. And he was one of those young kids, because me and him has the same last name.
Yeah.
And actually his father looked like Joe Black,
Yeah.
my stepfather at the
Yeah.
time. So, Victor he grew up in 1200 also. And, me, him, Pony who was like a big brother to me, he's no longer with us. So, Pony kind of took him in as a son, and me and Victor, I just took him in as a little brother. He was going through his little trials and tribulations. I had got myself together, and I used to sit him down and talk to him about certain things, and he'd listen for a minute, and then he wanted to go back out there, and I explained to him, come on, man, y'all was just together the other day, just trying to be that big brother for him, and somehow we used to still correspond when I got incarcerated. He was out here doing his thing, which, he know I didn't agree with. But, the thing is that my hopes was that he'd get it together. And so when I came home, he was in. And I used to correspond with him, tell him what I'm doing in the community, and he couldn't wait to get out. Because he know if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm not one of those types that I'm gonna do something and don't do it. And so once he got released, he was down in South Carolina, and I'm talking to him on the phone, trying to make get you a job, man. Don't worry about this. And you know how he like the women, and I'm trying to get his head on something else. Man. He got down there and he was plucking chicken bones or something out the chicken, and talking about his feet hurt, and I'm on the phone, I'm dying laughing,
Yeah.
And, he might say, well, his dad coming up, can you do this and do that? No problem, you know what I mean? Because I know that he has my back 100%. Even though we're a different age group, but he understands, my commitment. And, when I had lost my first Santa Claus, who was Jeffrey Bronner, Jeff used to be my first Santa Claus for the Toys for Tot program. And I can remember asking him, man, you be Santa Claus, you already got the bid. He said, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, no problem.
Yeah.
And I can just remember, him getting backlash about him being a Muslim and playing Santa Claus.
Yeah.
And the first thing he said, it's the kids.
Yeah.
This ain't about religion.
Yeah.
It's about the kids. And I said, that's my man.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, he never asked me for one dime.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand when you're doing stuff from the kindness of your heart, he never looked at it from a monetary thing. It was all, to help me out. Even if, I call him up, the commander at the youth services might say, well, Paul, I got over 5 carloads of toys. And this is 11:39, Christmas Eve, at night. Now I gotta fit all these toys in my Mercedes. I'm going up Rhode Island Avenue at 11:39 at night, Christmas Eve. I called him up, man, you gotta get down Southwest, because the squad car's coming down there to unload all these toys. We gotta get these toys to these kids. with no problem. I'll be down there. So if I ask him, I said, man, I need you over here. No problem, bro, you know I'm there. You know, and so him, you know, playing Santa Claus and being the mother, he said, this ain't about religion, it's about the kid. You know, and so I know he speak, you know, he speak highly of me, you know, because, you know, he's seen my transformation. And, you know, and just, you know, I was listening to him on live, and he was just going on, you know, and you know, I'm pretty laid back.
Right.
Bruh, it's okay.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's okay. We know we doing the right thing, man.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, just like I told him, I'm glad he's down there with his dad. You know, and he know me and his conversation. And I told him, man, look, man. I said, with all the things your dad been through with you, a lot of us, I told him, I said, a lot of our dads wasn't in our life. Your dad was in your life. Now it's your turn to return the favor. So he get it. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I work with seniors a lot. You know, my mother died when I was 25. And I try to tell a lot of these young folks, you still got your mama. Enjoy her while she here, because when she gone, or when he gone, it get lonely sometimes.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And so a lot of times I have a lot of downtime. So, you know, I'm meditating, you know, I'm conversating with my mother, you know, and things like that. So I go in the house early, you know, I'm sleeping good, and then that's the best thing is rest. Because I work so much. But the brother's doing good down there with his father, taking care of his father, and that's all I can ask him from. You know, any kind of support he needs, he know I'm there. You know, I mean, if it's monetary or whatever he need, no problem, because I know he gives with no strings attached. And it's hard to get people to give back with no strings attached.
Yes, it is.
You know, yeah, that's he you know, he motivates me. You know, he'll call me up, bro, what's happening? You know, we have these long conversations, and you know his thing, he just loves the women. You know, so if I can get him off the women and get his mind on something else, you know, he gonna be all right. But I understand.
So you also, Paul South, Dink, the mayor, you've also, and thanks to at Boss Lady, at Sean B, you know, you've also been deemed as one of the Southwest finest, you know, and just listening to all that you just described, you know, that is a very, very likely and reputable position to have as well, you know, because you are one of the Southwest finest. And this year coming up, 2018 will be the 12th annual Southwest Family Day.
Yes.
12th annual Southwest Family Day. You know, and you mentioned a lot of people earlier, you know, Miss Roberta, Miss Lois, you know, mentioned a lot of iconic people.
Phyllis Martin.
Miss Phyllis Martin. You mentioned those
Rub
people.
Fields, Mr. Rub Fields.
They used to make sure that there was opportunity. If we didn't see each other every day or cross paths, that on that day our families came together, man. And you know, we just want to personally commend you one more time, you know, because we remember in those early stages of developing that process, you know, the tireless work and effort that you put in, you know, the hope and expectation of folks to, you know, contribute and make that happen, you know, and here we are 12 years later, and, you know, it seems like every single year, man, that event gets better and better and better, man, you know, so.
Yeah, thanks. Because actually at one time I wasn't going to do it almost 6 years ago. Because a young kid, we was doing it over here at Greenleaf, and it just wasn't going according to how I envisioned Unity Day. You know, because you had the old Southwest over there by the baseball field. You had all the youngins just running around, you know, really not understanding what unity is all about and what community is all about. And so I had told Wilder them, I'm not doing it. You know, I had followed a young kid up housing place. He had a gun on him because, you know, I had a lot of people, you know, that vision to understand that something great happened. So I took it upon myself to follow him. And next, he had a gun. And somebody gets shot on Family Day, next thing ain't no more. You know, and so he shot the gun 3 times, but ain't nobody down here even know nothing about it. And I just say, I'm through. So people coming to me, nah, you just don't have no go-go band, just don't do this, and I'm saying, I'm through. And so I went home and slept on it. And And I came up with a vision. I said, we're gonna put it back over in the park.
Where it started.
Where it started at.
Yeah.
I'm gonna change the name.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be Southwest Day.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something in Landsburg.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what Landsburg Park is, you don't even need to come down there anyway.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't have all that, these young kids coming from Northeast, all these other places start at Bullcrack, because it's back where it started at. So I was getting all these emails, why you taking it over here? And I'm saying to myself, you know, I text them politely back. You know, and the same thing when people always talk about why this and why that. And the first thing I ask, what are you doing? What are you doing? You ain't contributed no donation. You ain't gave up nothing. You ain't got no say so. So, you know, I meet people out, well, I ain't coming to South Wednesday. They told me they be down there shooting. Then next thing you know, 2 years later they come, why you ain't tell me they be like that? I said, you gotta experience it from yourself, because the thing about it, and that's what people, you're gonna have the negative people. They're gonna talk bad about it. But until you experience it yourself, just like I tell them, until you experience me yourself,
That's right.
you know, just have an open ear, open heart. You know, until you get to learn me yourself. Don't let nobody else dictate you how South used to be.
Right.
Even in my darkness,
Right.
I was always a gentleman.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I still open the door up for ladies
Right.
and older people. Yes ma'am, no ma'am.
Right.
Common courtesy.
Y'all hear that,
You
ladies?
see what I'm saying? Common courtesy. You know, because, hey, one thing, when you a young guy up at that Safeway, when we was coming up, and you trying to get some money in your pocket, you better know how to say yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir.
Yeah.
Can I take your bag to the car? Can I take it to the elevator? Because if not, you ain't gonna get no money.
Yeah.
So it's all about common courtesy. And, you know, no matter what I was going through in my life, I still had that. And a lot of my classmates who, you know, a lot of them still around, you know, the Latours, the Bennett Borkins, and all of us went to Jeff. We 1965 babies. You know, they know my, you know, some of them know my struggles. They know classroom, you know, and it's just good to see them. You know, whenever, you know, family day, you see your old class, that's what it's all about. Reminiscing.
What high school did you go to?
I went to Woodrow Wilson. I'm a Tiger.
Yes.
Class of what class were you?
Class of 1983.
Class of 1983. We have any callers on the line from Woodrow Wilson?
Of course.
It don't matter what class.
Was Mr. Durso your principal?
Mr. Durso was my principal. I seen him at homecoming just recently. Yes, Mr. Durso was there. And we had some, I had some great times at Wilson. Even though, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on with the Uptown crew in the Southwest. And, you know, I spent time with I played basketball for the Tigers. And one of my basketball friends, we was at homecoming. We spent the whole homecoming together. He picking my brain about the things I do in my community. And he always used to tell me, he said, Paul, you know, man, I just couldn't see how you know, Wayne Perry and James and all them, you was just so different from them. You know, you never, you know, you just wasn't that type of guy. I said, yeah, I'm, you know, pretty laid back. And he said, well, how did you get doing what you're doing in your community, man? I commend you, you know, things like that. And come to find out, you know, I already knew me and him was good friends. His mother was the commissioner of the parole board when I was down youth center. And so whenever I seen her name on my certificate, I said, oh, Miss Gladys Mack, that's my best, one of my friends' mother, you know. And so we just talked the whole day, you know, during homecoming, because I stayed uptown the whole, and that's what I do during homecoming. You know, I mingle with a lot of guys that I haven't seen in years, and a lot of them haven't seen me during, you know, our annual reunions, because I always stay locked up. So they might ask one of the people from South, what they doing? You know, because they ain't know about South.
Right.
And so when I actually see some of the football players now who play football, because I ain't play football,
Right.
they see me now, they said, Paul, why you ain't play no football? Because they look how big. I said, man, I wasn't this big, I wasn't a buck 05.
Right.
I wasn't playing no football, you know. So it's great to see, you know, friends from, you know, back going to Wilson, friends at Jefferson, also on Facebook, you know. Facebook is a great tool to network. And so I know this past Family Day, I know we rep the whole Facebook, because people from uptown everywhere talking about, you know, coming down to, man, they do the dang thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to, you know, explain to people. And, you know, don't nobody really take care of their neighborhood like South.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
I tell them all the time, Family Day is just not about cookout.
Right.
You know, we reminiscing.
Right.
we're making sure that the kids, first and foremost,
Right.
okay, you know, with the pony rides, the curly carousel, you know, all these things.
Right.
You know, and the thing is that those things are not free.
Right.